And we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. And hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., live in the beautiful studios of the Henderson Financial Group. I am the president, CEO, and founder of the Henderson Financial Group, located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. We have a full service financial planning firm that's located, have clients all over the country, all over the world. We love what we do. And we're excited about having you on with us today. We got a great show lined up for you. And we got my co-host, who's my brother from another mother, the one and only, the legend, the living legend. That is South Florida own from Hot 105, Mr. James T., my brother. How you doing, Mr. James T.?
Doing great, Rob. I'm doing great. I'm excited about today. I'm
Yes.
excited about the future, and I'm excited about what you're going to be sharing with us about where you went last Saturday. I was going to surprise you, Rob, but
You was?
yeah, I was really going to surprise you like I did the last time and check you out. But always when I don't put it out there, something comes up. you know, and when I looked, I said, I'm not going to make it on time. I won't be late. I won't be late. But hey, we're going to jump right into it this morning, Rob. Thank you so much for allowing me to bring a dynamic young lady. Now, she said she hadn't been on before, Rob, and I thought you had her on before. So, ladies and
Absolutely. Absolutely, James. You know, she probably didn't eat her Wheaties this morning, but absolutely, I got a good memory. You do too. Now, I remember
yeah,
she was dynamite when we
I
had her
told
on.
right. I told her. I said, no, 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 no. I said, you've been on before. Oh, no,
She
no.
she just didn't remember my face. Now that she see this black dude with these glasses on, she said, I've seen him before.
Okay,
She
ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Joining us today is a lovely lady, and she is. Look at her. Just look at her. She's
like she hadn't aged a
hey,
bit, huh?
yeah, and she is just inside and out. And Rob, she has the same dynamic desire to do exactly what we do, and that
I,
is
I
to serve others.
I can tell you, man. That's why she looks ageless because she has that truth in her. She's illuminating. I know it, and she comes up with the good truth, and you can recognize truth somehow. But you only can, James. I got to say this: you can only recognize truth is in you. We see each other, but some people don't see us. They don't hear us. We sound like wow, 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 wow. But when you have that truth and you connect it to the Father, the Creator, the Supreme Being, we know when we see and we hear. It's like a dog whistle, ain't it? We like,
Robert,
that's it.
that's and they can say wow, wow, wow all they want, but when we wear that belt, that breastplate, shod our feet, and have those other three weapons at our right hand, left hand, whichever you are, which is that shield, that sword, or quote unquote, yes, hey, or that helmet. Hey, now they can wow, wow, wow that. And for those who don't know what those six things are that you need and need to have access to, well, I'm sorry for you. But anyway, let's do this. Hey, a big event, Robert, is coming up on Saturday, June the 22nd. And right now, even though she started by spelling her name with a small letter, there's nothing small about this sister. She has a big vision, she's a big thinker, and she has a big tent that we're all coming under. So, Miss Stevens, I know you have another appointment, so please share with our viewers and with us what is about to happen here in South Florida.
What's going on?
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and thank you so much for the opportunity to reach out to your listenership because I tell you, we are changing the course of history.
Yes,
As
we
you
are.
and I have talked about, 1.2 million Black folks came back from World War II and they were denied their GI Bill rights and
Mm.
their
Wow.
benefits. Okay, 1.2 million.
Ooh, that's a lot of people.
Exactly. But on June 22nd, we are going to celebrate the 80th anniversary of the signing of that GI Bill. And it turns out to be on a Saturday, the very day 80 years ago that uh, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed that GI Bill. We are going to be in the Miramar Armory, the Miramar National Guard Readiness Center on Flamingo Road, and we're going to flip the script. Instead of being angry and just vengeful and saying, you know, they shoulda and they shouldn't and they woulda and they coulda. We're going to say, we're going to celebrate that it exists, that some now have been able to use that. We're going to have other veterans in there who have used their certificate of eligibility. Yes, just yesterday, we interviewed Willard Shepard. And Willard Shepard said, it's the first time I used my benefit.
Wow.
We were sitting in his house yesterday, taping him, because he will be delivering a testimonial for us at the event.
Wow.
And what we are doing is, one, we're going to celebrate all those folks who never got a ticker tape parade when they came back. Nobody stood at the gate when you got off the plane at MIA or Fort Lauderdale and said, we're so thankful you back. That was not the experience most veterans got.
Most black veterans.
I'm saying veterans, period, particularly. Whether you went to Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, nobody's there celebrating you when you get off the plane. And so we wanted to make sure that, one, as a grateful nation, you know what I say? We are the grateful nation. We're not waiting for the government to be the grateful nation. We are the government. We are the grateful nation.
The people.
That's right, the people. And so we're going to be able to say, we've got all kinds of things lined up to celebrate folk and make them feel good, that they raised their hand and sacrificed and said, because they didn't know. When you sign up, you don't know where you're going to be deployed, if you're going to be deployed, or what kind of experience you're going to have. But people have been willing to do that. And we are going to celebrate that, in addition to making sure that people get the information they need to change what they are experiencing.
Whoa,
when I started this at the VFW 20-some years ago, those brothers walked in there from Vietnam. That was 2000. They had left in 75. And for 25 years, they have been begging the government, please acknowledge that I have problems, that Agent Orange impacted me, that PTSD impacted my life. And they were so angry with VA for denying them. And that was a deliberate denial. We're not trying to cover up history. It was a deliberate denial that you have any issues. Because if we wait long enough, maybe you'll die and we don't have to pay you, right? So here they came in there, but I said, brothers, even though you were angry at VA, 20-some years ago, you could have bought a house with your GI Bill benefit that you earned for $50,000 or less.
Wow.
Am I right? You're a financial person, Robert.
Yeah.
You know what houses were going for 25 years ago?
Yeah, 30 years ago. Yeah, you just could have got a piece of property and use your GI Bill. I think a lot of people just don't. Matter of fact, I don't have to think. We know that a lot of people don't understand all of the benefits of having other GI Bill and how it has significantly enhanced and changed a lot of people's life. What we lack a lot, in America is what I call true education. We mainly go to school to be taught what the system want us to know, and rather than teaching us how to think and discover. So it's so many people, even right here in 2024, that is so many things that we don't know that's been around for 50 years, 80 years, but we haven't discovered it because there's a lot of chatter, distractions that keep us going in a certain direction, and we just get, and it become habitual, and we just do it over and over and over. We go to the same different kind of styles. We hang around the same kind of people. We go to the same kind of restaurants, same cars, watches, and everything. When a lot of the good stuff is there, but it's not really hidden. It's just in a book or somewhere that the people who you're around don't understand it and know it, and having what I would say, because it's just with financial planning, either having a missed opportunities or not being aware of all the tools that's available to you. So that's why we thank you, Miss Elaine Stevens, because you're an advocate of letting people, especially veterans, know what's available to them. And like me and James always say on this show, because it's in the good book, all the ancient book says you have to ask, you got to seek, and you got to knock. You know that they doing something over there that you don't know about. Always know that. I don't care whatever you know, you still should be saying, I know I don't know everything. And I know it's some things that some people know that I don't know. And I need to be trying to find it out. Everything to help me in my life.
Rob, when this young lady had me to come meet with her, and she said, James T., we're going to keep America's promise to those who don't know that DD-14
is a pot of gold. Pot of gold.
What is it called? What is it called?
The DD-214, the honorable discharge paper.
Yes.
The pot of gold.
Rob,
it's called DD-214?
Right, DD-214. And this is when you get your discharge papers, having been in the service. And the fact is, when she began to share with me all that can be done, that quote unquote, I didn't know. I mean, and I'm not embarrassed to say, hey, I came out of the service in 1969. And so it was years. No, it was decades, Rob, before a lovely lady told me that she was going to stay after hours at work. She called her husband and said, I'm not leaving this office until I get James T. Taken care of. I'll meet you at the church, she said. And with that in mind, when people realize that, wow, this late, Ms. Stevens, you tell them, what can you do with that DD-214 benefit?
Well, yeah, because I definitely want to know, because I'm someone, and then like a lot of people, I wasn't in the armed service. So tell me, the people who are in the armed service, who has been in the armed service, what is the real benefit of having that and knowing that you have it? What can it do? How can it fly? What can it do? Tell me, what can it do?
Well, let me tell you. First of all, historically, it is the most significant piece of federal legislation that created the middle class in America. 8 million people used it. They bought homes with no money down. They could have come out of Podunk, Kansas, because it used to be you couldn't even go to college unless you could go to Harvard or Yale, right? They were able to go to Harvard for free, right? And they could open a business and get financial help from the government, right? So that's how there has created this massive disparity when you had a whole generation of people. Now their children are my age. So they got the privilege of that. And what we're wanting to do now is to say, okay, brothers and sisters, now we have a lot of women. That's the fastest growing group, are women in the military. We want you, first of all, if you had an ache or pain when you were in the service and you were told, don't be complaining, don't whine, don't go to the medic and tell him what's going on.
Don't go to dispensary.
Dispensary. Thank you. Don't go there and tell them and be a whiner, right? But now you were 20-something when you first got those experiences. And now you 50-something and 60-something. And them knees, them arms, them shoulders, all those things are hurting big time. You need to get your medical records, no matter how long it takes you. We have resources here in the county your tax dollars pay for. Broward County Veteran Affairs, they will help you get your medical records. And you need to file your claims, because you may well have 100% service-connected disability. What does that give you, Robert? That gives you no ad valorem property taxes when you buy a house.
Whoa. Repeat that.
Whoa.
Repeat that,
Robert.
Now,
I'm gonna free up some money for you. I'm gonna free up some money for you, Robert, because they're not paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year in taxes. Now they can come to you and say, put that in a passive income and let it make 10, 12% for me.
Okay, so hold on. I gotta grab that. I don't want that to fly by too fast. So now you're saying that with that benefit, one of those benefits, they got aches. There's a benefit in them, especially property taxes and insurance is so high in Florida, especially South Florida.
So what zip code you live in?
Okay, so that's why some clients that we have looked at, and we went over in financial planning and looked at their property taxes and say, why you don't pay property taxes? is that because they using one of their GI Bill benefits?
Exactly. If they are 100% service connected, and I'm alluding to the physical pains, but we know
Right.
that they are invisible wounds, and
Right.
invisible wounds of PTSD, traumatic brain injury, all of those kinds of things. We tend to be shameful about talking about mental health, but this is Mental Health Month, I think. At least May was. So the point becomes, it's okay. Your children deserve it, because on top of that, your children can go to school for free.
Right.
They can go to college for free.
So okay, hold on, stop. I got a couple questions. They may sound ignorant, but I can hear the people. I'm do like Linda, so I can hear the people saying, what? So let's say you went into armed service in 1996 and you served for 4 years. In the year 2000, you got out. You're telling me there are certain benefits that most people don't know, even those 4 years, that's available to them, and they don't know it.
Absolutely. I mean, we know.
We're not talking about World War II people.
No. I'm talking about Iraq. I'm talking post 9/11. That's what this event is targeted toward. The post 9/11 that are sitting out here in silos. Because why? The post 9/11 people were heavily recruited.
Right.
Particularly the immigrant community. They said to them, oh, you come on in here. We're going to speed dial you right into citizenship. Okay, we're going to accelerate your path to citizenship. Don't you want to come on in here and get that?
Right.
Get off a temporary status. Then the next thing, you say my mother's over there changing the sheets at the hotel on the beach, right? She ain't got no money to send me to school. Come on in, we'll give you an education.
Be all you could be. Right.
All of that. Except that when you come back, you are first generation. Nobody in your family knows anything about how to navigate VA.
Wow.
That is why the city of Miramar and Commissioner Maxwell Chambers, when I sat down with him, he said, it's hard being first generation.
Yes, it is. Yes,
when you first generation, you don't have any mentors to guide you. And if you are in our multicultural community, you definitely don't have any mentors to guide you about the American system.
No,
they may guide you about other things in your culture, but they don't guide you on how to navigate the American system of VA. And you're here, James T., you're a competent, capable person, and you weren't all excited about navigating that. Okay, as capable as you are, much less if you have a whole environment. Do you know I went down to the Little Haiti and spoke to the priest at Notre Dame de Haiti, the Catholic Church? He said in 25 years, nobody had ever walked in there.
Wow.
He said to me, Elaine, you would not believe what we are experiencing here in our church. He says, this was before COVID, we were going to bring together all of the Haitian priests so that we could bring together their congregations. He's saying when they come back with PTSD, because the community is totally unfamiliar with this phenomenon, the only way they can explain it is say, you are cursed with voodoo, and they just leave them alone.
Wow.
Cast them to the wind.
Hey, man, so I see we have people popping in right now. They just popped in on the show, so they didn't get a chance to hear Miss Elaine Stevens talking, but they don't know exactly what's going on. You can go back, since we're on Facebook, and this show is also on YouTube, and you can listen to it from the beginning. But Miss Elaine Stevens is a professional, and she deals with the VA and the GI Bill and the benefits that so many people are lacking the understanding and just don't even know what they don't even know that they don't know. And she's here today to let us know and let you know that you may have a loved one, a friend, a cousin, a relative that don't really understand all the benefits that's available to them once they've come out of the service. And this information is powerful. I mean, right down to, because I know we have some clients that husband and wife, they don't pay property taxes. And that's something we like, well, how you don't pay that? And they told us, they said, they've been in the military, they got out. Some of them got 100%, but they don't pay profit. That's a lot. That's economics. That's economics. That's a lot of
Let me give
economics.
you
And what?
another way that our clients and your listeners can really get some generational wealth.
Okay.
When 2019 came, President 45 signed a bill that said the Blue Water Vietnam Veterans Act. It went into effect January 2020, and of course COVID came, and it's still like invisible. Nobody really knows about it. But it took the cap off of VA, meaning that you could put no money down and go all the way up to $4 million if you can afford it, right?
A house.
If you qualify.
Buy properties.
No,
But
right.
not just one. I trademarked a concept called the space that pays. And I tell people every day, even if you're in a single family, even if you're in a condo, you're supposed to carve out a little space, and you know the tax opportunities of having a home-based business. You're supposed to carve out something that's going to pay your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, your PITI, right?
Right.
That's one opportunity.
Hold on. Then this law just came into being in 2019, right before the COVID.
No, this has been there, but they took the cap off of it. They used to be you could only go so high in the pricing. But
Okay.
they took the cap off of that. Why? Because all of the guys that delivered the Agent Orange, that's why they call it the Blue Water Act.
Okay.
All of those guys that had delivered the Agent Orange, they said, well, you weren't sprayed on, so we don't have to take care of your health benefits. But finally, now this is how many years later? Finally, they were able to now file for their tax, their health benefits. Same way with the PACT Act, with the burn pits. All them years, them burn pits was destroying people, and now they finally fought and was able to get that. But the point is, when I saw that, I said, oh my goodness, now I can introduce to our people, buy a fourplex.
Wow.
You are now 75% of the rent is going to help you qualify. Okay. In a world where the rents are high, be a landlord. Am I right, James T?
Amen.
I mean, I know who I'm talking to over there. I know the land baron. Okay.
And it's no money down.
No money down.
And you could buy up to a fourplex.
You could buy a fourplex for $800-something, right?
Right.
Because now you have the rents to help you qualify.
That's right, with no money down. Yeah, because now they have the mortgages now where as long as you have tenants and they're paying the rent and you don't have to come out of your pockets, you can put no money down.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the GI Bill allows you to do that. The VA loan allows you to do that all the time.
No doubt.
No fancy exotic loan. The VA government loan.
That's incredible. A lot of people don't know that.
You can buy fourplex, duplex. You can go buy one. You can buy two duplex, triplex, quadruplex, right?
Yep.
And what I did was pull down the zip codes where you don't mind living. The only thing stipulation, you have to live in one of them as your primary residence for a year. Well, the good news is you're not paying any condo fees. You living in the same apartment like if you was in a condo, but you're not paying no condo fees, no special assessments, no all of these things that Surfside has required us now by law to have to put into place. You don't have that. And if you're in a certain city, you can turn the whole thing into Airbnb. Not only make annual rent, you can make weekly rent. You know
now this is all over the country.
It's a federal law.
This is fantastic. So if you're in Alabama, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, where property is not that expensive, or you can go in, use your GI Bill, buy property with no money down, and then if the tenants rent it out, oh my God, that's a game changer.
Let me tell you which is the objection that most people have. Their objection is, I don't want nobody knocking on my door telling me the toilet is backed up. That's true. Real. That's real. If you don't have the personality for it, you don't want that.
That's true.
The second thing they say is, I don't want to be knocking on somebody's door for my rent.
That is true. That's true.
So they say, hey, I don't want no part of that. It might sound financially feasible and all that. I don't want any part of that.
But there's an answer to that. Go ahead.
But I do. I have it.
You got an answer.
I have a
Yeah.
sister that has a property management company,
Come on. Bam.
and I tell her, I don't even want to be involved in it. I'm going to give you that business. You screen them, because most of, as you know, being a landlord is about screening, right? Picking the right people
Right.
to be your tenants. Let her screen them. The only person they know is her. The arrangements is already made out. Their money come on the first, your money drops on the second in your account. That's it. Any problems, you have it all worked out in agreement, and she is the point of contact. Okay? So we eliminated what would be an objection to you creating generational wealth. Okay? Nobody's
I
going
like
to knock
that.
on your door, and you not going to have to knock on their door.
I
But
like that.
you can own. And in an environment where the appreciation is happening, don't stand on the sideline cursing everybody because they're getting wealthy. Okay? How can I get in where I can fit in with what I do have? I do have, and raise my hand to the government, I do have this DD 214. And I
DD
have it,
214.
and a COE, a certificate of eligibility. And the other thing you asked me about, what other benefit? Please don't go to these schools where you have 3 years of education and take stuff that will never make you any money. And these colleges are making money off of the GI Bill, okay? And they got you coming in, and they tell you, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. You better go for cybersecurity where you can make $90,000 when you come out.
Yep.
Don't be going in, no offense to massage therapy, but don't go in for massage therapy with your government education loan, or not. It's not even a loan. It's a benefit.
It's a benefit.
Yeah. So I help people to really understand. And then the other thing before I have to leave, Robert, what's different when we had the mortgage debacle, people were being told, don't even use your VA loan. Right.
Right.
And they were being churned into the exotic loans where people can make more money than with the VA. But when you don't have to pay private mortgage insurance every month,
that's a big savings.
That's
a big savings.
What, $150, $200 a month?
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't have to pay that with the VA loan. You don't have to pay that.
So you don't need that 20% equity in order to avoid it. When you get a VA loan, you automatically don't have to pay that.
Automatically.
Man. Let me ask you another question. Can you only use your GIB, you can only use it once, or can you once in a lifetime?
And over and over again.
Give me an example. Let's walk through that.
All right. So
you got a gentleman. Tell me here's a guy that did what?
He comes out of the service, or he's in the service. He could be in the service now.
Oh, he can?
Property. He could buy property. He's stationed in Virginia. He's gonna be there for several years, right? Because some veterans are what they call career, right? So they know they're gonna be at duty stations every 3 years or so. When they say I was career, so I went from here to here to here. You can buy in each of those locations, or in that location. Then you come out and you say, okay, I have that property in Virginia and I'm coming back home. You have an entitlement that allows you to buy here too.
Time frame. Let's say you bought in Virginia, a year ago.
You can come back here and buy again with the amount of entitlement you have left.
The following year.
Yeah. Because you're at least 50 miles away. You can do it 50 miles away. You could be in Miami and buy in St. Lucie, right? Because St. Lucie is 50 miles away.
Got it.
He has to be, you have to occupy. So what I tell my people who are getting their VA loan, VA benefit, well, your check will go anywhere you are. So when the properties got so expensive down here, I started taking them to St. Lucie. Because their check will go to St. Lucie and they can go to the VA in West Palm Beach. Am I right, James?
Yeah, Port St. Lucie.
45th Street. I go there all the time.
That's my point. So they were able to build new houses, get new construction. Right now, I've got a community that I want to put 300 veterans in so that they will have the camaraderie of base housing, what they felt like. They all miss each other. They miss that camaraderie and the brotherhood and people caring about them. And so now I have a new construction community up in Fort Pierce right now that I am inviting people to come live together and use that energy and commitment to each other and brotherhood to make things happen.
So we have a listener, a watcher that posts. Miss Vickers says, "How long do you have to be in the service before you can utilize the GI Bill?"
You could be in the National Guard. You can be in the reserves, right? But if you get 90 days deployment, that will activate. Normally, if you in the National Guard Reserve, you got to do 6 years, right, before you become eligible. And some people have gone in and they have a 4-year contract, but for some reason they leave in 2 years. It all depends on your record as far as that's concerned. Yeah. But I will tell you, if you are 90 days deployed, that activates your ability to use your certificate of eligibility.
Mm-hmm. Rob, I know that Sister Stevens has to go, but we want to promote to people listening, particularly locally, well, wherever you are. You can join this celebration of the 80th anniversary of signing of the GI Bill, not just to have the parade, but also to be educated. And it's going to be Saturday, June 22nd. And as she said, we want you to register. It's free registration, but you can register because she needs to know how many people.
I got to do a head count. Yeah, we
count of how many people be in
attendance.
We're going
to feed the troops, so we got to know how much to buy.
And it won't be in a mess hall. It won't be in.
No.
It won't be in a
got Mission Barbecue coming in. I know who I'm feeding. I better not come with no box lunch with chips and what they call chocolate chip cookie.
And the only reason I say that is because veterans know what a mess hall is. Some people mess hall was outside in the rain.
So let me ask one question before you go. If let's say if I'm thinking I'm always thinking economics. I'm always thinking cash flow. Is there a benefit for me if I wanted to specialize and have a division of the Henderson Financial Group and I want to build housing for veterans to live together?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, I have a whole design of what I want to build, right? But when this subdivision came up and they don't have the imagination to know how to do it, they build them, but they don't know how to fill them.
Right.
Then I said, you all built it for me. I don't even have to go through all of that expense of building them. I went right to the St. Lucie commissioner and said, this is what we want to do. She said, fine with me. You're going to bring some property taxes onto the market, into the county, right? I met with the builder's rep, the lender, everybody. And we said, we're going to get this done. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to help 300 veterans. They are only 50% sold out. Okay. I said, oh no, this is a built-in opportunity for me to create a intentional neighboring veteran community where people can then grow together, celebrate together, be together, and be now mission driven with each other. Because you sign up to be in the military because you want something bigger than yourself.
I love that. I love that.
So that's what we're looking to do. And with people being able to work remotely now, you can live in Port St. Lucie or Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce, right.
Yeah, you can live there because you can work remotely. I have veterans that work for the VA. They work remotely. I took her up to Ocala. She got a big old house in Ocala.
Oh man, James, my mind is spinning. You know that.
Rob, but I knew that was going. Not only is it where we're going, but it's also an opportunity for people who, if you are not a veteran, everybody knows a veteran, and everybody knows someone that would benefit from the information that will be given on Saturday, June 22nd. Now, there's a website you can go to, and it's keepamericaspromise.eventbrite.com or
Keeping America's Promise.
Right, Keeping America's Promise and at eventbrite.com, or you can call this number 1-800.
Oh man, James, somehow his internet must have went down. So, Ms. Stevens, can you give
the number? Let me give you the number before I have to leave. 1-800-229-9792. That's 1-800-229-9792. I have somebody live that will answer the phone. Take your information, your name, your email, and your phone number, and we will get back to you and make sure, just ask you what branch you served and thank you for your service. And if you, I will even email you a flyer once you call. When I call you back, I will make sure you get a flyer so that I had somebody call from the post office, Robert. I said, well, half the post office are veterans.
Sure is.
And if we are able, she said, well, I'll run off some and put it around. I said, that would be wonderful because this is grassroots. We are the nation.
Wow.
We are
Wow.
the people that are going to spread this word. We are the Underground Railroad, just like Harriet Tubman. How are we going to get this word out and get people to victory and freedom?
Oh man, I
freedom.
love that.
Financial freedom, which is what we can talk, and I'll tell you another time about how that, if we could get people freed up. Imagine you have you're making people to make $36,000 a year, or even in 90 days, you're able to make $36,000 a year. And I give that to you, Robert, and say, you invest that. I don't have to wait for $200 every pay period. See what I'm saying? I don't have to wait for that. There we go.
That enemy is a liar. He tried to get me. So, Sister Tina, did you give that number?
I sure did. I'm going to give it one more time, 1-800-229-9792. But we are so excited about creating generational wealth.
Beautiful.
Generational wealth. And I'm so grateful for the time to reach out to our people because we are the nation.
Well, we're gonna have to have you. We're gonna have to have you back before the 22nd. Okay, when you got more time. I know you had other appointments coming up. So
I got a veteran just drove over from St. Petersburg and said, I'm gonna be there at 10 o'clock. He's Coast Guard, like I said, Robert. He's Coast Guard and he was stationed in St. Petersburg. He bought a house over there. Now he's coming over here. His duty station has changed and he's buying another house.
Yeah, Miss Vickers also posted. She said, "Good morning." She said she just want to know if your parents, Miss Stevens, are from the Bahamas. Her mom maiden name is Hamilton. Also, she's want to know.
Is my family?
Yeah.
No, my family's from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. So Miss Vickers, no, not Bahamas, but for Jamaica. So Miss Stevens, I'm really interested because I know because we do financial planning. We do a lot of real estate all over the country. And I'm really, really interested in building housing for veterans, exclusively for veterans. So we're gonna have to talk about that because I know that you know some
wonderful opportunity. I got it all laid out. I went to Walmart and got this Lego block kit and laid it all out what my subdivision gonna look like. And I keep it on my dining table, and it says Sanctuary Cove.
Okay.
Oh
man! Before you go, Miss Stevens, tell them what to look up for the gentleman who started in South Miami, Richmond Heights. Tell them what history they should go back to find out.
Oh my gosh, what a blessing.
I know. Just tell them where to go. I know you don't have time to go through it.
Yeah.
Who should they look up?
Frank C. Martin. Okay. Frank C. Martin had 3,000 acres down in South Dade. And he was a captain for Pan Am. Most of y'all don't remember Pan Am, but he was a captain for Pan Am. And the brothers were the Sky Caps, right?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of them.
He was the pilot, and they were trying to sell them shanties down there in Liberty City with their GI Bill, right? Rip them off, give them some crappy house. And they said, Cap, you got that land down there in South Dade, because he donated a portion of it to where the zoo is. The zoo is on his land.
Wow.
Okay? He said the hurricane had come through and wiped out his entire papaya crop. And they knew that. They said, Cap, why don't you build us a community? He went to the University of Miami and said to the Department of Architecture, design me a community that's like Coral Gables. And that's what he did.
Wow.
The way he was able to get through, next time I see you, I'm going to I have a book I didn't want to get off camera. It's called The Color of Law.
Okay, that's all. That if they don't ask, seek, and knock, you done told them the name, you told them the book. Thank you so much. We can do the research.
Your lady did it, Miss Markin. She wrote the book on it.
Okay.
Your person that worked for you at one point.
Yeah.
Jessica Markin. So, yeah, the black middle class came out of Richmond Heights. the place
Bam.
that he built.
Wow.
All the giants that are in Dade County that are Black came out of Richmond Heights.
I know.
A Black middle class community. They had debutante balls. They did everything just like
Yeah.
regular folk. Okay, and that's the power of development, like you just said.
Yeah, man.
Creating our communities where we can thrive.
We
And,
love you. We
all
love
right.
you.
Appreciate you. Be
All
well.
right.
Have a wonderful day.
We got to have you back on. Okay. We're going to have you back on for the year out. Okay.
No problem. Thank
But
you.
no, before
Thank
January, no, before the 22nd, Rob. We got to bring
June
her back in.
22nd. There we
June
go.
22nd.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Before
June
June
22nd.
22nd. I love that.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate
Have a-
you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me click.
Man, that's a lot of good information, James.
Oh, Rob.
And she
I
has a
met
wealth of information.
I met with her, I think it was one Saturday. She said, James T, come, I've got something that I'm doing and I need your help. And I said, hey, you got it. So met with her in her office. She laid it out. And I guess, I don't know how much time we spent together, but it's so important that we recognize. And I use the analogy, Rob, of when God asked Moses, what's in your hand? And he just thought it was a stick. Yeah. So he said, all right, stretch it out. Bam. And we do have everything that we need to get to that place that we can't ask, think, or imagine. Just even through relationships, through contacts, through sharing, through asking, because, again, you turn around and you say, wow, my father was a World War II vet, but he never meant, I don't even know where my father went, what rank he was. He would never talk about the Army.
Wow. Ms. Redhead just posted, she said that her daughter went to Frank C.
Martin School. Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Now, James, I had never even heard of Frank C. And I certainly did not know Frank C. Martin was a Black man.
Richmond Heights. See?
Richmond Heights. I did not know that. That's something in Richmond Heights. That's why even Bill Dozier has his family all in Richmond Heights, Yeah. When I got married when I was 21 years old, my first wife, her whole family in Richmond Heights. They had a really nice.
It was community. They built community. And this is what we have. If we would come together in service, not trying to steal, rob, kill, but coming together in building and through service, man, there is so much we can do. And it's not so much self-serving. It's for so many others to benefit from and for us all to be able to grow. So here's hoping. So anyway, that I guess we took up a lot of your time because we wanted you to share with us, Rob. How was your Saturday last Saturday?
Oh man, I got 15 minutes to do it, but my Saturday was fantastic. We had a nice crowd out to the church, and that's when I spoke on how life insurance. How the name of the topic was how the rich and the wealthy use life insurance to pay off their debts and to build wealth at the same time, simultaneously. Now, here again, James, you and I, we're really big because we know that we don't know everything. So therefore we know there's so much to know. And just like with Miss Elaine Stevens with the GI Bill, just me, first time, I didn't even know Frank C. Martin was Black. And I didn't know what he did. But just like with Ms. Stevens has a wealth of information on people who have been in the service and they get out of the service and they don't even know what all of the fantastic benefits that's available to them. They figure they just served, they got out, now they working, but they don't know what all they can do, how they can avoid paying property taxes and how they can avoid paying that that PMI in terms of that insurance, but just by being a veteran. It's a lot we don't know. That's why, James, you and I are so big on the ask, seek, and knock. Mm-hmm. Ask, seek, and knock. So many people are in situations they don't know how to get out of it, and they don't ask, seek, or knock. And the good book says that you got to ask, seek, and knock. When I was talking about how life insurance, how the wealthy use life insurance. People just didn't have a clue. Most people, when we think about life insurance, we think about death and dying. When somebody died, you should get insurance, or somebody before somebody died, you should get insurance on them just so you can have burial coverage. We don't understand, and no one has told us. That's why I like what we do, James, here, educate people and bring forth wisdom, understanding, and just knowledge of things that you didn't know, that you didn't even know you didn't know. That's what we talk about. And life insurance, I liken it to a cell phone concept. In 1995, we had just a cell phones, and that cell phones was using for receiving messages or information, calls, and making calls. That's all it was for. But there's been development on cell phones, and they call a cell phone still a cell phone, but now they call it a smartphone. And now you can do so much with a smartphone that you can't not do with a regular cell phone. Okay, it has developed. The same thing is happening in the insurance world. Death insurance, life insurance. You get it. For someone you die. You can. Like I said, you have some funds to take care of burial. But now the life insurance is a smartphone, like a smart life insurance. Now you got a life insurance, man. You can put money into a life insurance and you use it for retirement planning. And you use the money while you're still alive. And it's tax-free, a way to get the money out tax-free. And you can put a whole lot more money in a life insurance policy than this required, that just is required just to pay for the life insurance itself. We call it overfunding. So you can have a cash value, not the old type of whole life, but something that's going to make more money than 4% in a life insurance policy. And you have access. You have liquidity, and you have control of that money. And rich and wealthy use life insurance to buy cars, to make major purchases. They use life insurance to buy real estate, to buy stocks. Use life insurance. You leverage it. You put the money inside of a life insurance policy. We know that if you do leave the earth and you make your transition, it's the life insurance going to do what it's going to do. It is one of the products. As a matter of fact, it's the only products that's self-completing, meaning that if you buy a $500,000 policy, when you die, they're going to pay $500,000. You already know. You ain't got to wish and hope. And when you put money in stock market, you don't know what it's going to be, how much it's going to be, what's the value going to be when you make your transition and die. When you do a life insurance policy, if you say I want a $300,000 policy or $500,000 or $1 million policy, one day somebody's getting $1 million tax-free. And what I like about the Index Universal Life, the life insurance that we talk about, is that you don't have to die to benefit from it. We call them living benefits, meaning that whatever life insurance, the death benefit is, if you get a stroke, if you have a heart attack, a mild heart attack, a major heart attack, if you become ill, critical illness, chronic illness, go into a coma, get into a car accident where you can't function, they give you part of that death benefit while you're alive, tax-free. Because a lot of the time, people get really messed up, have a stroke, get in accidents, get cancer, and they need to be taken care of. And if you just have a regular life insurance, you can't benefit until you're dead. Well, these new life insurance, a smart life insurance, means that if you don't die, but you need help, the money that they're going to give your loved ones when you pass away, you can get a portion of it now tax-free. And you don't have to pay them back. That's good, man. That's really, really good. See, like me, I don't have a cancer policy. I don't have a long-term care policy. I have an IUL, an Index Universal Life, that has a big death benefit. But if I get any of those things, I can actually call the insurance company. They'll send me money to take care of someone to come in, my wife, pay her to take care. So it's so. It's like the GI Bill. It's so much that we don't understand and we don't know. A lot of people take chances and they don't have to take chances. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you need, I promise you, whatever challenge you have, all you got to do is call the Henderson Financial Group and say, listen, this is what I'm trying to do. How do I accomplish it? And we're going to tell you what instrument to use. They got annuities out there now. Since interest rates so high, you could be 60 years old and they got a fixed annuity where you cannot lose your principal, okay? And it'll pay you over 7%. And you can start getting the money next month. You know, I mean, it's just a lot of things that you don't know. It's not just the bank. It's not just traditional. The reason why you come to a financial planning firm like the Henderson Financial Group, because you want to find out and know something that you didn't even know that was on the planet. That's why you come here. And that's what we provide. That's why we love what we do, because we have so many goodies in our bag that we can bring out to help you whatever situation you are in. All you got to do is have a desire. You got to love yourself and want more. And James, like you and I always say, wherever you are, there's more. You don't have to be sick to get better with the Henderson Financial Group. You don't have to be broke down. You can feel like you got your stuff all in order. You're doing pretty good. You're fine. But like we always say, you may be good, but you can always be better.
And work toward being best.
And work toward being best, boy. Because when you get the best, it's always more. Good, better, best. And never let them rest until your good become your better. And your better become the best. Boy, I tell you. So James, I had a really good time at that church. And let me say, you guys, if you guys have a church or organization or group that you feel need to have this knowledge, need to get some understanding, we can speak on wills and trusts. You know why? Because so many people, James, believe it or not, are still dying with the will and have to go through probate. And a lot of property is being lost because of property taxes. And people just don't know. And if you're surrounded by people who don't know, you don't know either, you know? So you need to reach out and say, hey, here's help. You know, where can I find this out? You can call 305-825-1444. We've been doing this over 30 years. We know that you don't know, and we're not going to embarrass you. And everything that you talk to us about is strictly confidential. We're fiduciaries, okay? We don't really get better until we make you better first. We take more and we give more in service than we take in pay. I promise you. And that's why we get a lot of referrals from people all over the country. Call 305-825-1444. You can also visit our website at Henderson Financial Group, HendersonFinancialGroup.com, HendersonFinancialGroup.com. You can sign up there for an appointment, put your information in there. It's all secured, and send your information, and we'll set up some time to talk to you, a conference call. Okay.
That's good. Rob, I really do believe that what is going to have to happen in all of our lives is that we're going to have to find a way that we can, be of service to others. Because I spoke with a young man yesterday out of Jacksonville, and he was asking, what would you give to a young man, about how, since you've been in the business so long, and I said one statement: service creates success. You if you want success, serve. Find a way to operate in your giftedness and serve.
That's right.
And hey, windows, doors, hey, rooftops, something is going to open up where opportunities will come. And continue to serve, and we certainly hope that what will happen here today, because I'd like to know, of all the people that may be viewing now or will view in the future, how many of you know someone that is or has been in the armed forces?
Yeah,
And
a lot of people.
We all know people, Rob, and I'm telling you, I'm an example. It was at least I came out in 69, so 79, 89, 99. It was at least 40 years. Rob, I lost getting benefits for over 40 years. Can you
Wow.
imagine that?
40 years. You
40
lost
years I lost
Man.
getting benefits that
Wow.
would do me.
That
Over
would do
40
you.
years. That would
That
do
was
it.
available to you.
And it was there for, hey, it was there for me.
You just didn't know it.
I didn't know it. And doing the investments we done, hey, I'm not the VA, da 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 da. And I'm thinking that the only time I could get benefits or take advantage of them, because as if I was injured or whatever, or knew that I was injured or whatever I'd gone through. So had never taken the physical other than when we went in. and served. And here's another key, particularly those of us who serve during wartime.
Hey,
See,
James,
everybody didn't have to go to Vietnam
even though you didn't know,
or
there was
Iraq.
hey, even though you didn't know over those 40 years,
Mhm.
there was some people who did know,
Did
right?
and did take, man, when I started going to the VA and meeting people and talking to people, and all of a sudden meeting Mrs. Stevens, and um, even with wow, she called his name too, the gentleman at the VA, not the VA, the veterans in Hollywood. I think it's Hollywood or Dania area.
Veteran
You know,
Administration. Yeah.
yeah. Well, no. They have a organization and they have a club, VFW,
Oh,
VFW,
okay, VFW. Okay.
where a lot of the veterans go. And I began to, announce and broadcast events that they were having and so forth. And then people began to talk. And I had to turn around as soon as I did get it. I There's several people in my family. I told my brother. You know, I have about 3 brothers that's been in the service. And 4 brothers actually, and a sister. And my dad. So we had a lot. And my father, until I brought him down with me, and then took him to the VA that Mrs. Stevens was talking about there in West Palm Beach. And I used to have him exercise by walking, from the parking lot. And I got chastised by his primary caregiver. He said, James T, I don't want your father walking in here another time. We we have people. He is a World War II vet, and hey, we want to give him top service.
Listening to you, I can't help but think about when we say in life, and all of us, each and every one of us fit in one of these categories. In life, there are those who know. There are those who only know when they're told. And there are those who will never know. Where, ladies and gentlemen, if you're hearing this and you listening to us,
where do you fit in, right?
where do you fit in? Now, I tell you one thing. There's something that all of us we don't know. A lot of us,
Trust me.
A lot of us don't. Most of us fit in when we just don't know. We didn't know. I mean, we didn't know. I didn't know Frank C. Martin was a black man down in Richmond Heights, the developer. I just didn't know. So you can't say you know everything, because there are a lot of us who don't fit the first one, who just know. No, we just know. I don't know how to do an oil change in my car. I don't know. So most of us don't know. The second category slot there, those who know when we're told. That's where you want to be. And sadly, woo, Lord,
Don't even talk about the others.
half of the country
or more
don't even know.
We'll
never know. And that's something. Think about that. And this is real talk. Those who know when they're told, and those who will never know. There's so many of never knowing. You could talk to them and tell them till they blue, and you are blue in the face. Beg them, please. Oh my God, listen to me. They can't hear you. They don't know. And let me tell you something. That's scripture, James. That is, if you're not with the Father, you can't see the truth. You can't hear the truth. And they looking at you like, what you talking about? And yet they just can't. It really, really is. And you wonder what's wrong with this fool. Didn't he see that was wrong? He can't see that was wrong because he will never know. Good morning, Miss Denise Ward. Good morning, Miss Redhead. Good morning, Miss Lily Mae Vickers. Good morning, Miss Carol Miller. Thank you so much, Miss Iris Hamilton. Good morning, Mr. Joseph Carvel. Good morning, my brother from another mother, Mr. Curtis Kegler Mario. Good morning, Brenda Brown. Good morning, P. Parnell. I'll see you later on. Yes. you got to think about, stop and think. I know we're everybody busy, but where do you fit? Those who know, those who are know when they're told, and those who just will never know. And there's a lot to learn about finance and wealth building and money. Most people have the wrong stuff, man. They have the wrong stuff. They have the wrong Medicare. They have the wrong Social Security. They have the wrong doctor. They have the wrong advisor. They have the wrong, you have the wrong barber. You just don't know. And then you don't know that you don't know. There's some people paying top dollar and some people getting the same thing for almost nothing because you ain't know. You know what I mean? You just you didn't know. So all of us should make it our business to try to know something, try to learn something. And you can definitely stop by when we start talking about financial services. It's calling the Henderson Financial Group, 305-825-1444. And just, say, I want to know more. I want to know more. Right, James?
Right. That's say that. And before we go, I want to ask you to please tell somebody, if you don't tell them to come to this podcast on YouTube or Facebook, just tell somebody that on Saturday, June 22nd, a veteran now. This is only for veterans.
Veterans, somebody who's been in the service.
Right, someone who's been in the service. Tell them that on Saturday, June 22nd, there's going to be an opportunity for them at the Miramar's National Guard Readiness Center. It's located at 5001 Flamingo Road in Miramar. And they're going to have people there it's not just a parade and a celebration for the GI Bill. It's an opportunity for people to share with you what are the opportunities and benefits that you can get. Because, hey, I'm even with where I'm going to learn more. Rob, I want to know more. I want to know. Hey, I'll move out my house for a year. I'll move out my house for a year. Okay? Hey, no
Get
problem.
that benefit. Get that benefit, huh?
Come on, man. Hey. As a matter of fact, it'll be closer to work. I drive 100 miles a day.
Hey, that's smart.
5 days a week. So hey, I'm gonna change my residence. Hey, Lauderhill, I may be coming back your way. But anyway, hey, it's gonna be Saturday, June 22nd, and they're gonna start at 10 a.m. sharp. The gates will open at 8:30, so you can come early. Be before time, so you'll be on time. And really pass this information on. And if you have any questions, who normally types in that number, Robert Frost? 1-800.
Yeah, can somebody put that in? Post that 1-800 number.
1-800-229-9792. That's 1-800. I should have had Sister Stevens do it, but 1-800-229-9792. 1-800-229-9792. Or if not, hey, give me a call at the radio station. Give a call to the Henderson Financial Group, and we'll pass that information to you.
We'll tell you the number also.
Right. Hey, man, it's been a great morning, Rob. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
I just enjoy. I just enjoy the fact that somebody is going to be blessed because of this.
Yes.
And, hey, like you said, there's going to be some that. Hey. Well, I've been in the service, but I know someone in the service, but I'm not going to call them because they don't call me or whatever. No, just call them anyway, and just tell them. And then tell them how somebody.
It's amazing how a lot of people have been in the service and they didn't know they didn't have to pay property tax, if they meet certain criteria. And that's something they just didn't know. Okay, Brenda Brown put it in there.
Brenda, thank you so much, Ms. Brown. Thank you so much,
Brenda Brown.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah, and Rob, it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to build wealth. This is what it is. When she told me about buying 4 units, we did that in 1980, Rob. I didn't know nothing about it, So hey, and now that I say, wait a minute, look at all the benefits that I missed over 40 years. I don't care if it was $100 a month. Look at it about 40 years.
A lot of benefits, right? Yeah, a lot of people just don't know because they don't ask, seek, or knock. Man, you gotta say, hey, is there something I can? You always want to try to do better. Like I say, you don't have to be sick in order to get better. You figure like you're paying your bills, you're okay. You You're okay. But no, I'm telling you something, man. You know, you could be better, and don't sleep on that. You know, and not being greedy. No, but you should always want to expand and grow because you want your experience. You want to share with other people and help them. And James,
Bam.
listen, man, we need some prayer here, man, because
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this short. My brother sent out something again that was really nice this morning, and so hey, if everybody will join me and Robert in prayer, Father God, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, we ask that you validate our work and validate it with our doing your plans for our lives, and that it'll reach their full fruition to your praise and your glory, because we want to be committed to your actions, and to your plan. And we know that if we're committed to your actions and your plan, that there will be success. Others will succeed. We will succeed. So bless us this day and bless all those that will hear this message and all those that took time to tune in today. And may they be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen.
amen. Let the church say amen. Boy, I sure hope y'all learned something today. You can always call us 305-825-1444, get an appointment, conference call, Zoom call, and we will help you to get more better, more money. All right, James, take care, bro.
Much love. Much love.
Peace. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all, and be safe. All right.